All right, my singers, you know what it's like. You're coming to that part of the song. 'Cause you make me feel like a... But you're going for the note, and it's 'cause you, and you crack. Last thing we want, my friends. So today, I want to break down with you all the tips and tricks and the things we want to keep in mind when we are approaching high notes. Because guys, my name is Patrice. I've been in this game as an artist and as a vocal coach for many years. And I've helped hundreds of artists to get past that phase where you're going for those high notes and you're worried about them, or you're cracking on them, or you're straining on them, right? To a point of knowing their voice and being able to do it confidently. So let me go over some things that I know in my heart of heart can help you hit those high notes without that strain. Let's break it down. Okay, y'all. So when it comes to high notes, we need to understand a few things so that first, if we want to hit them confidently, we need to know how to approach them. So some things I talk about when it comes between the differences between the lower stuff and the higher stuff is first and foremost, energy. Everything takes energy to move, right? Think about a ball moving or throwing a ball, right? You want to get this ball right there? You're going to give it that much energy. You need to be throwing that ball across the room. You're going to be giving it more support. So when it comes to the higher notes there, one big difference, lower, higher, is I am now supporting it a bit more. We're going to be giving more of a push when it comes down into here. Now, we want just enough push, right? So you want to kind of start to weigh this out, because from the mid notes to the higher notes, that varies, and we don't want to over push too. That's a thing. But we do need to support it differently, and we do need to push it more. So what I would say to you is, when you are working on your songs, be aware of your breathing. Put one hand on the stomach, right? And just kind of see, am I really using my stomach muscles? Because I will catch a lot of my artists, they'll be doing it, I'll see them take a nice breath, and it's almost like they're holding it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're making yourself work so much harder. So be sure, yes, we want to use diaphragmatic breathing, and be sure to check out a video I have on that where I break down how to do it exactly, right? Because that is super, super, super important. So we want to be generating good placement, right? That's where the sound's going. We don't want back here. That doesn't sound good, it doesn't feel good. So how do we create this nice forward? And this will matter for those high notes. I need to adjust internally. So I'll tell my artists, when it comes to singing, think about lowercase c to a capital C. We're not going for V's, we're going for C's. We want it nice and open. So a big part of that to create that internal open space, because it all comes down to, when we think of the simplicity of it, what's happening with our vocal cords when we're going to higher notes? Well, my friends, they're stretching out. Think about an accordion. That's what's happening. Your vocal cords, think about the guitar string, right? That's your guitar string here. That's the piano string in here, right? So you're going for higher, they stretch out. You go for lower, they loosen. So if they're gonna be stretching out, I need to help create some space as they stretch out. So, good exercise, little tip there is keep your tongue forward, right? Really weird if we talk like that, but my friends, it matters when it comes to singing, because the tongue is a muscle and it's attached right here to the larynx, which is the house of the vocal cords. So that goes back, guess what? I'm putting some strain there. The last thing we want, my friends. So keep that tongue forward, right? We need the generator, this part here, the engine source. Then we need to be keeping this nice and open. So we're gonna keep our tongue forward. Another tip here, my friends. I like to train my artists to breathe in through their mouth. There's a soft palate, which is back here. There's the hard palate up here. We're gonna get to that in a second. When I breathe in, I raise my soft palate. Again, helping to really create that open C there. Little exercise on top of doing your breathing. Do a little yawn. Make sure you're stretching that tongue, keeping it forward. So the last tip I want to talk about today is thinking of utilizing your hard palate, right? When we are singing higher notes, rather than just kind of letting them go, yeah, we're gonna scream, right? I'll hear a lot of people say that, like, oh, I hear artists and they just sound like they're screaming. And it's like, I get it, because you're just trying to get the sound out, right? So a lot of people can think, oh yeah, I need to get that sound out, so I'm just gonna push really hard. I'm gonna open, I'm just gonna let it go. But I want for you to think about, come in here, my friends, a secret weapon. That is our hard palate. The hard palate is ironically shaped like a tunnel, right? So what happens when you go into a tunnel? It echoes, right? You have that echo. The sound wave goes out, boom, it hits up against the wall. It creates an amplification of sound. So we want to play with it. This is where you need to kind of trial and error a little bit. You want to be thinking of, as you're pushing more, you're opening more, that ear coming up, over, and out, and utilizing that. That's when we get, cause yeah, rather than yeah, just kind of screaming and letting it go. Yeah, make me. Right in through there, we get that really power sound. So, to quick review, right? And be sure, drop a comment. Are you struggling with high notes? Did you know some of the stuff? Is some of this stuff new to you? I'd love to hear. I love hearing from you all. So, be sure, drop a comment. Let me know what you think. So to recap, we need right here, good support. We need to create a nice internal space. We can do that breathing in through the mouth, raises the soft palate, keep and train that tongue to stay forward. And we want to be thinking of that hard palate action right in through here to really help carry that sound. And you know what? Because I'm feeling generous today, I want to give you a little bonus tip. We are not always singing things like we would speak them. This is huge, my friends. We want to be applying the singing babbles, right? And I'm just going to talk about the open ones, right? A-H, A-W, E-H, and U-H. These are extremely important, right? So go listen to artists. Go listen to when they're hitting those high notes. They're not singing them like we'd speak them. You most likely are going to hear one of those coming through. So when I'm doing that part, right? Let's see, my favorites. Do a little Celine, right? When she's going near, far, wherever you are, right? Near, far, far, wherever you are. If I did near, far, wherever. See the difference? It opens it up, right? So think about those vowels, memorize them, have them handy. They are your friend. Start listening to the artist. Oh, I see them happening there, and applying it yourself. Woo! One other thing I'm so excited about is I now am able to do a membership program here on YouTube. So excited about that because, my friends, this allows for me to directly talk to you. My members are going to get a once a week live call with myself to be able to troubleshoot things. Because you know what? Something that really annoys me is I've done the online courses, I've done all these wonderful things, and I want to be able to reach artists directly. So this is where this comes in. And it is so ridiculously cheap and reasonable that you can be doing this by sacrificing a week or two of Starbucks. Like, really, my friends? So if you're having trouble, you want to have that direct communication, you want to learn from myself, which I would love, then please be sure to check out the membership program on the homepage there. All right, my friends, over and out.